Sarajevo. It's the year of our Lord, 1914, and you are currently standing in the midst of the kingdoms and lands represented in the Imperial Council and the Holy Hungarian Crown of St. Stephen, also known as the Austro-Hungarian Empire. That, right there, is His Imperial and Royal Highness, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir apparent of the Empire, and just...
Basavia!
Already? I had money down on another week. What you just witnessed was a young Gavrilo Princip, radical Bosnian Serb anarchist, bumping off the leader of the biggest empire in Central Europe. Princip was unaware at this time of what a tremendous effect those two shots would have on the future of the world. The ruling families of Europe were preparing to tear themselves apart for no real reason. However, it was the beginning of a great time, and great times call for great men. There are unknown heroes who don't have the historical glamour of a Napoleon, but if you analyse their character, you'd find that it eclipsed even that of an Alexander the Great. And you can meet one such man here, in the streets of Prague. Not that he yet recognises his fate. And at this precise moment, that man had woken up, ready to start a new day on the unfashionable end of Hampstead Street, rubbing oil into his knees on account of his rheumatism.
So they've killed our Ferdinand?
Which Ferdinand, Mrs. Muller? I know of two Ferdinands. One is a messenger of the chemist, who once by accident drank a whole bottle of heroin. The other's a lovely fellow who collects dog manure. He didn't any loss.
Oh no, sir, it's His Imperial Highness, Archduke Ferdinand. You know the fat, pious one?
Jesus Christ, what a job! And where did this befall the Archduke?
They bumped him off at Sarajevo, Mr. Švejk, with a revolver. He was just in a car with the Archduchess.
Ah, well, there you have it, Mrs. Muller. The car is the root of it all. If I were him, I would have never got in that car. Nasty machines. Did he suffer long? Oh, God knows, the last thing we want in our dear Emperor would be a painful death.
Oh no, sir, His Imperial Highness was done for at once. A revolver isn't just a toy, you know. Not long ago, there was a man who lived here who fooled around with a revolver. And what happened? He shot his whole family. And the poor two came down to see who was doing all the shooting on the 3rd floor.
There are some revolvers, Miss Muller, that won't go off, even if you try really hard. But I'm sure for him they bought something much nicer. And maybe a lovely suit for the occasion. It's not every day you get to shoot at a member of the Imperial family, so they must have taken it quite seriously.
The newspaper says, sir, that His Imperial Highness was riddled, like a sieve.
Well, of course, Mrs. Muller. The whole process goes quite quickly. If I were him, I would have bought a machine gun. Looks like a toy, but in a couple of seconds you can kill 20 archdukes, thin or fat. Well now, I'm off to the pub. Thank you. Here are my keys. Oh, and if anyone comes to ask about the dogs, do let me know. I suspect the death of the Archduke will drive up demand.
The man you've just met is one Joseph Švejk. He had been a soldier many years ago, but was finally discharged upon being medically certified as an imbecile. A man representative of the Czechs. He's to be found most days either on the streets or in the pub. As his job, he sells dogs, ugly Mongol monstrosities whose pedigrees he had forged. Or he whiles away the hours in his lodgings with the cleaner, Mrs. Muller, whom you have just met. Today, Švejk is going to the Chalice, an establishment to all those on the unfashionable end of Hampstead Street. It is run by its proprietor, Mr. Palovitz, and his cantankerous wife. In the pub, at the moment, is secret police agent Brett Schneider, who is just desperately trying to search for some treachery in the streets of Prague.
Well, I'll say, isn't it just a glorious summer?
Oh, it's all worth shit.
Yes, but it's a fine thing they've done to us in Sarajevo.
Which Sarajevo do you mean? Do you mean the old Sarajevo around the corner?
The one in Bosnia, Mr. Palovets. They've just shot His Imperial Highness Archduke Ferdinand there. Ha! What do you say to that?
Do you really think I'm going to get my nose stuck in that bloody affair? Look, if you get mixed up in business like that, you get your neck broken. I'm just the one who pours you a beer. Someone comes in here, I fill up their glass. End of story. Sarajevo, politics, and all the rest are nothing for people like us. Fit to be ruled, not to rule, and all that.
Excuse me. Didn't there used to be a picture of His Imperial Highness hanging here once?
You're right, it did happen. But the flies were shitting on it. So I put it away in the attic. You know, someone could come in here and start fussing over it. And then there could be trouble. And I don't want that, do I?
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day, Mr. Švejk.
You won't believe me, gentlemen, but I knew that something was going to happen in Sarajevo.
What do you mean? You knew about the assassination?
Yes. One of my dogs took 3 shits yesterday, and whenever that happens, it means a major political assassination is going to occur. May I sit? So he's playing hard with the ancients already. Shame, really. He never even lived to be emperor. Bit of bad luck on his part to pick Sarajevo. I mean, he had the rest of the empire to pick from. He went to the one place where the most people wanted to kill him.
Well, I think it was the Serbs who did it at Sarajevo.
Ah, well, you're wrong there. It was the Turks, because of Bosnia and Herzegovina. They've been wanting it back since the Bosnians gave them the boot. You know how those Turks are, always stirring up trouble like they're cooking up soup. They wanted help from the Austrians, and when they didn't get it, they shot Ferdinand. Do you like the Turks? Do you like those dirty heathen dogs? You don't, do you?
One customer is as good as another. Never mind a Turk. As I was just explaining to the fellow over here, giving a shit about politics is a great way to get yourself locked up. Buy your beer and bang on about what it is you want to bang on about. That's what I say. It's all the same, really. Whether Ferdinand was done by a Turk, a Serb, or a goat.
Yes, all right now, but Mr. Palovets, still, you must admit, it is a great loss for Austria.
Oh, it's a loss. A shocking loss indeed. You can't just replace Ferdinand with any inbred idiot. Only he ought to have been fatter still.
I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Švejk.
What do I mean? Just this. That if he were any fatter, he would have surely died long ago from a heart attack, while he was still chasing old women at Konopishta, while they were collecting mushrooms and firewood at his estate. He wouldn't have to die such a shameful death. But it's true. I would for their life if he wanted to be in the skin of his widow. I mean, think about it. Her children are orphaned and she's lost her husband. And what's she going to do now? Marry another archduke just so she can go to Sarajevo and get widowed for a second time?
Gentlemen, 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 please change the subject. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. You know, one of yous is going to speak out of line, and we're all in deep shit.
Oh, please. We're not drunk enough for that yet. Only real pissheads say stuff that leads to jail.
Yes, and what do these pissheads say about our Imperial Majesty?
Well, you know, all sorts.
Yes, but what sorts? What sorts?
Well, if you really want to know, go to a pub at night and start playing the Austrian national anthem, and let them start talking. You'll hear so many slurs against His Imperial Majesty that you could lock up the whole of Prague. You know, if war broke out today, I'd serve as Imperial Majesty to my last blood.
Come with me to the hallway, please. I'd like to tell you something.
Another shot of Slivovitz, please. I'm going to jail.
Mr. Palovets, are you married?
I am.
Right, and can the madam carry on with the business during your absence?
She can.
Then it's settled, Mr. Palovets. Call your wife here and make all the necessary arrangements for her. We'll come to collect you in the evening.
What?
Don't sweat it. I'm only in for high treason.
But what am I going for? Oh, I was so careful.
Because, Mr. Palovets, it is because you said that the flies shitted on His Imperial Majesty. What a heinous thing to say about a glorious emperor. And on the day of his son's death as well. How disrespectful! Out!
And it was that our friend, the good soldier Švejk, intervened in the World War in his own lovable and charming way. Historians amongst you will be interested to note that he saw far into the future, and if the situation later developed differently from what our friend had predicted at the Chalice, we must bear in mind that he had never had any preparatory training in diplomacy.
I'm innocent! Oh, I'm innocent!
Is this seat free?
So what's the news from outside? Are we going to be here long?
Well, it depends on what sort of crime you've committed.
I'm the president of a charity organisation here in Prague. We'd organised a garden party at the Rathbone. Then an officer came up to me and told me to stop. Apparently I was in mourning. I told him to wait until the band had finished playing Rise Up Slavs. We were just on the verse about the Austrian royalty.
I was playing cards in the evening at the cafe when I played 7 clubs and said 7 rounds like a Sarajevo. Turns out the drug Schneider was at the table and here I am.
Well, for such heinous crimes as those, I'd expect 10 years each.
And what about me? I own a stationery shop!
Oh, I'm innocent! I'm innocent!
Jesus Christ was innocent too, and they crucified him. No one's ever cared about a man being innocent.
But I'm not Jesus Christ! I'm really innocent! You seem smart. Tell them I'm innocent!
Shut up, please. I'm preparing for my next lecture.
Oh, I'm innocent!
Why, mate? They said, are you here?
Stay away from me, you little shit. Associating with treasoners like you will bring nothing but trouble. I don't want my sentence to go on for any longer than it has to.
Don't worry about him. He's only here for second-degree murder. He'll be out in no time, while all us high treasoners will be here until the Empire falls.
Hey!
Well, now I'm here too.
Oh, I'm so glad about that. I really am. I knew that man would keep his word when he said they'd come for you. Punctiliousness like that is a good thing.
Oh, punctiliousness like that is all worth shit. I'll never forgive those fucking flies.
I think that I might go mad. This is truly the worst prison in Prague.
Oh no, conditions could be far worse than this. I mean, look around us. We've got benches, we've got tables, and we've even got a toilet. Right under our noses, I might add. Conditions have certainly improved to our benefit.
Švejk, Josef! Come for interrogation.
Excuse me for a minute. Good evening, gentlemen.
Take that idiotic look off your face.
I'm afraid I can't, sir. I was discharged from the army on account of idiocy, and I've been officially certified by a special commission as an idiot. I'm an official idiot.
Don't try that act on me. The actions that you have committed bear out that you have your head screwed on the right way. Leave-possessed, approving the assassination, debasing state mourning, inciting a rebellion. Why are you poking your nose in my papers?
I just wanted to make sure that nothing was left out.
What have you got to say for yourself, Mr. Švejk?
Nothing. That's a lot of it.
So, you admit it's true then?
I admit everything. Strictness is a must.
Do you feel quite well, Mr. Švejk?
Oh, not quite well. See, I have rheumatism, and I use a camphor liniment. I ache terribly with every weather change. Do you hear how my joints are creaking?
Sit down! What about politics? Do you know anyone in those circles?
Well, of course. I read national politics regularly, but only to look at the ads, in case someone's looking for a missing dog.
Shut up! So do you confess then?
If you want me to confess, then I shall. But if you say to me, Švejk, do not confess to anything, then I shall wiggle and wriggle my way out of it until there isn't a breath left in my body.
Sign here, please.
Just a second, I've forgotten the full stop. Anything else for me to sign?
In the morning, you'll be taken off to a commission of medical experts, just to make sure that medically you are as idiotic as it seems.
Am I that bad that these gentlemen should needlessly waste their time on me? I was examined once already to see if I had gonorrhea.
They'll examine you all the same.
Oh, what time? God forbid I oversleep.
Out!
I only wanted to avoid causing a delay.
In all fairness to our friend Švejk, he was extremely punctual. He had a certain knack for being at exactly the right place, at exactly the right time, in order to make sure that he had made his mark as a great man. After all, he was a Czech, a proud people, who instead of resisting empires, embraced them with their fingers crossed. Anyway, on with the story. Švejk found himself before a commission of medical experts, which consisted of 3 unusually solemn gentlemen, whose primary goals were to each have gloriously differing opinions from the other. However, unusually in the case of Švejk, complete agreement had been reached between these opposing scientific camps. This can be explained purely and simply by the impression he produced when he entered the room.
I will now open this examination. Bring in the patient.
Long live our Emperor, Franz Joseph III!
I believe that this is enough. Thank you for bringing him, and you can escort the patient out.
Remember, we must follow the correct protocol.
Fine. You there. Take 5 steps forwards and 5 steps backwards. I thought I told you to take 5 steps.
A few extra steps won't hurt me. I didn't say something fell in my eye.
Show us your teeth!
Do you ever feel run down in life?
Oh no, sir, but I was once nearly run down by a car in Charles Square. But that was many years ago.
Do you believe in God?
Answer quickly! Is radium heavier than lead?
I myself have never weighed the 2.
Would you know how to calculate the diameter of the globe?
I wouldn't. But gentlemen, if I may pose my own riddle to you. Take a 3-story house. On each floor there are 2 tenants. On the roof there are 2 dormer windows and 2 chimneys. And on each floor there are 8 windows. Now, can you tell me, gentlemen, in which year did the house porter's grandmother die?
You wouldn't happen to know the maximum depths of the Pacific Ocean?
No, but I think it's definitely as deep as the Volta.
I believe that this is enough.
In all fairness to our friend Švejk, he was extremely punctual. He had a certain knack for being at exactly the right place, at exactly the right time, in order to make... Oh, never mind then. It seems that in these times of war, confusion gets us all. What was I saying?
Just one more question, please, Mr. Professor. What's 15,312 times 8,613?
729.
Well, there you go. It seems he did not succeed.
Try, Mr. Professor. The undersigned medical experts certify the complete mental feebleness and congenital idiocy of Mr. Joseph Švejk, who appeared before the aforementioned commission and expressed himself in terms such as "Long live our Emperor, Franz Joseph I," which utterance is sufficient to illuminate the mind of Mr. Švejk as that of a patent imbecile. The undersigned commission accordingly recommends that the investigation into Mr. Švejk be quashed, and he be sent back into police custody to await discharge.
Oh. And so it was that our good friend, the soldier Švejk, was inspected by the medical experts, who were fully convinced of his idiocy from his first display of support for the Emperor, as the experts had concluded that any subject of the Empire who offered so much as any support for the Emperor must be either mentally insane or a civil servant. And anyway, Švejk was sent back to the police headquarters to sign the release papers.
This is absolutely unbelievable, Mr. Švejk.
Austria to win.
Indeed. Don't let him out of your sight. In fact, I tell you what, we'll get him right now. Come here.
So it was that Švejk found himself at liberty again, having finally broken through the vicious cycle of bureaucracy. On his way home, wandering serenely through the dappled sunlight in that city that we call Prague, he felt himself with a hankering for a drink. And so, he decided, very leisurely of course, to step by the chalice, which despite having lost its much-loved proprietor, Mr. Palavets, was now being run by his lovely wife, who was dealing with his disappearance in an ever so slightly poorly way. Well, here I am back again. Any news from Mr. Palavets? Has he returned too?
A week ago, he got 10 years.
Well, there you have it. He's already served 7 days of it.
He was always so cautious. He always said that about himself.
Well, you know what they say. Caution is the mother of wisdom. Now, may I have a large beer?
Excuse me, madam. Where are our sausages?
I'm so sorry. I'll get them right away.
Bobby,
Would you look at this? Mr. Simpero, Straskov number 5, near Ratchenevers, is selling 9 acres of land, suitable for school and a railway station.
I didn't know you had such an interest in farming, Mr. Švejk.
Ah, it's you. I didn't recognize you at first. You know, the last time I saw you, it was at the holding cell in the police headquarters.
Yeah, Švejk, I've come today because of you. I was told at the police headquarters that you sell dogs. And I need a nice pom, or a miniature pincher, or something of that kind.
Do you want a thoroughbred or a common one?
Oh, God, why me? What have I ever done to anyone? Why do you keep coming here? You're going to ruin me, both of you. If you keep coming here and running your mouth, and you keep arresting him, this place is going to shit.
What are you crying for, Mrs. Palavets? In 3 months' time, we'll have won the war, there'll be an amnesty, your husband will return, and then we'll have a fine celebration.
What good is that now? I've got hot sausages and no customers. My husband's in jail because you can't keep your grubby hands off innocent checkmen. You disgraced the nation.
Ugh. Leave them here. I'll pay for it. And I'll have a wine, please. I'll spend some money.
Do you want a police dog? I might know one.
I shall like a pom, please. A pom that doesn't bite.
Ah, do you want a pom with no teeth?
On second thought, I'd rather have a miniature tincture. Thank you.
Well, there are some miniature pinchers that are bigger than others. I know about 2 small ones and 3 big ones, all of which I can recommend warmly.
Right, how much for one just about? Yay tall?
Well, the smaller they are, the more expensive.
Perhaps this tall then?
Well, for a deposit of 30 crowns, I can get you a dog that the whole town will turn their head to look at.
30 crowns, eh? Let's drink to it!
It was here that the deal to secret police agent Brett Schneider's new door was closed. And, after the first half litre or so of wine, Švejk was coming to terms with the servant of the Empire's lack of alcoholic tolerance.
What every good citizen has is stinking away from him! You don't need to be afraid of me. I'm off duty! Say whatever you want about politics!
Well, I don't bother myself with such things. Politics in general are for babies.
Yeah, it's just like Franz Josef. Listen, I'm joining the anarchists. Now what do you think of that? Come on!
And thus, with a deal for a new dog secured, and after abandoning the correction item of the bill, Švejk made his way back to his old apartment, where he was greeted in a slightly disconcerting manner.
Ah, good day, Mrs. Miller.
Jesus Christ! Is it really you? I thought you wouldn't be back for years. We've had the police search you 3 times, and when they couldn't find you, they said you were done for, because you were just too clever. I'm afraid I've taken the doorman from the nightclub as a lodger.
That's okay, Mrs. Miller. I doubt to be here for much longer anyway.
What on earth do you mean by that?
Wake up, sir. Wouldn't want you to be late.
Oh, go away.
Look, please, sir. The draft board would have my head if you told them I was the reason you missed the mobilization. Look, it's printed here in black and white. Join up today. Isn't it exciting? We find out our chance to give our lives to the Emperor.
What's all this bullshit?
It's the war!
Earlier that day, as various European states getting a bit too emotional, war had been declared by Austria. The battalions were preparing to march eastwards towards Russia. The wives were waving their husbands goodbye, and death was gearing up for a copious amount of paperwork. The fate of Europe now lay in the hands of people who were the least interested in that fate, and in the subjects had no allegiance to any higher power other than that of their family. Yet they were the ones who were supposed to fight. And as for our friend Švejk, unnervingly enthusiastic about the Austrian royal family, both Czechs and Austrians would have deemed him insane. In fact, he might just be the face of them all.
Come on, sir. Let go those Russians whose boss I want to sleep. Marina, get up. Mrs. Miller! Mrs. Miller!
Is your rheumatism acting up again?
Where's my old army cap?
Why, it's right over there. Shall I get it for you?
Yes, please. Well, Mrs. Miller, I'll see you in 2 months. I'm off to war.
Jesus Christ! Why on earth would you want to do that?
To fight, of course. Austria's in need. Didn't I read that bit to you from the newspaper? Dark clouds are surrounding our fatherland. It's absolutely necessary that I join up.
But sir, you can't move. Your rheumatism's worse than it's ever been.
I'll go to war in a wheelchair if I have to. Do you know what? That old confection around the corner has the perfect salt. Do you remember I used to wheel around his old wicked grandpa in it?
But sir,
Mrs. Muller, if you're going to push me to war in that wheelchair,
seems that Švejk's dreams were finally being realized. His journey to the draft office in the wheelchair garnered much attention, particularly from the press, who wrote that he was a, hero of the empire. However, his aspirations would have to wait, as Bouncer, the notorious chief draft officer, was an utterly ruthless man who saw in all Czech conscripts the motivation to get out of bullets, shrapnel, service, and the front. Conversely, what the conscripts saw in Bouncer was a man utterly unable to deal with the fact that avoiding such things was not criminal, but in fact a perfectly natural thing to do.
Das ganze tschechische Volk ist eine simulanten Bande! How many men are summoned for today?
550, sir.
And how many can we afford to reject?
0, sir.
What is this nonsense? Are you seriously saying that no one wants to fight for the great Austro-Hungarian Empire and die for his Imperial Majesty?
Yes, sir.
Shut up! Get those ragamuffins in here!
Olasek Joseph, Baker.
With severe arthritis.
Drafted! Don't try to pretend to be short with me, you little worm. I know you're really 6 foot.
Rotikla Bagla, waiter.
"5'6" and blind in one eye.
Drafted!
Radina Bolivoy, teacher.
"5'2" and chronically constipated.
Drafted! Don't try to place a constipated card. How stupid you think we are. Take the malignant away! Next!
Švejk Joseph.
Here.
Discharged on account of idiocy.
And what else is wrong with you?
Next report, sir, that I've got rheumatism. I'll serve the Emperor to my last drop of blood.
Seize it and simulant! Arrest that man immediately! Take him to Dr. Grunstein. He can cure anyone.
In these great times, the army doctors went to unusual pains to drive the discomfort of pacification out of the draft lodges. Various degrees of torture have been introduced for draft lodges and the spectators. The following treatments have been selected by Dr. Grunstein himself, an army doctor so famous that even the Russians considered sending their own troops to him. Number 1. A strict diet. Warm tea to be served 3 times a day. However, irrespective of course of complaints, aspirin to be given to induce sweating. 2. To ensure the soldiers did not think that war was all beer and skittles. Grinding powder to be served in generous portions. 3. The stomach to be pumped out twice a day. 4. Edwards to be given. With warm, soapy water. Dr. Grunstein was known throughout the army to be able to cure anyone. So far.
Get up! Get up! Dr. Grunstein is coming! Out of bed!
Matuma, asthma.
Enema.
And aspirin. Kotako, deaf and dumb.
Have you been like that since birth?
Have you been like that since birth? Have you been like that since birth? Give him a stomach pump and quine him.
Accordingly, tuberculosis.
Doppel enema.
Švejk,
Unpleasant.
discharged on account of idiocy.
Now, what's wrong with you then?
Pector pulsar, and I have rheumatism.
Now what a coincidence to get rheumatism, just as there's a world war and you need to fight in it.
You must be very, very sorry for such rotten luck.
Pector pulsar about, and I'm terribly sorry.
And don't your knees hurt a lot?
Pector pulsar, they do.
Worry not. You'll receive better treatment here than at the spa. And you'll be able to march out to the front like a bat out of hell. Put this down. Strict diet. 2 stomach pumps and 1 enema every day. And make it a proper enema so that he screams blue murder and his rheumatism is frightened away. Bring in the medicine. Drink that immediately.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not gonna examine the rest of you, you scoundrels! You're all dry bunches! I'm going to go over the head! Don't think of me as a fool! Swarms of men lay in these beds, lacking only a true army spirit. And I kill all of them with my enemas. In 20 years from now, you'll be screaming in your sleep, dreaming of how you tried to con Dr. Grunstein.
Beg to report, sir, that my voice and hearing seem to be getting better.
Bravo! But because I'm so nice, I'll give you an enema for the road, just so you can't complain when it cure you here.
On the other side of Prague, Baroness von Potzenheim, the notable widow of an army infantry general, was dumbfounded.
How come man die Czechs seem fussed about serving das glorious Vaterland of Österreich?
She was on the lookout for a Czech name to be spread around the empire, as an example that there was in fact plentiful support for the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and absolutely everyone was keen to lose their lives for a regime they didn't want to be a part of. Fortunately, she was about to find one.
The most sacred feelings and sympathies were notably demonstrated yesterday by a cripple on crutches who was pushed into a wheelchair by an old woman. To Serbia! Shouted this worthy son of the Czech people, who spontaneously and regardless of his infirmity had himself driven off to war to sacrifice his life and possessions for his emperor.
Genug, mein Schatz, genug.
As her ladyship commands.
Ach, mein Mann, General von Potzenheim, sagte, so that Czech, so that good. Johann, we must immediately to the hospital to find their good soldat Heroic.
You know, it's no good coming in here with rheumatism. Everyone claims to have it, and they're all shoved back into the army anyway. I mean, look at me. I'm anemic. I'm anemic. I've lost half my stomach and 5 ribs, and still, no one believes me. Now, the thing to do if you want to avoid service is to have kerosene injected under your skin. Why, you'll have such a fever that you want to jump out of the window and into the river.
It's not far off. The kerosene injection business was having a bumper time. Dodgy blokes in pub toilets were having a field day with the amount of young men wanting to get out of service. However, after only about 5 people coming to Dr. Grunstein with the same symptoms, he sent them all straight back to the front, not forgetting a free enema along the way.
Everybody back to your beds! Did you hear me? Hurry up, move it! Some archduchess or something gonna be coming round here. Oh, for Christ's sakes, man, hurry up! Don't you dare show me your feet, you dirty lad! I don't want to hear any complaints either. You hear me? Anyone who dares to speak a word against Dr. Grunstein will be tied up later.
Picture report, sir, that I'd like to welcome the Archduchess and a very lovely traditional Austrian song.
Back to your beds!
Picture report, sir, going back to bed.
So here we have our dear Švejk. He's very patient.
You get a chair. Think 2 enemas and a chair.
For the Baroness!
An enema for the Baroness!
A chair!
A chair!
Zola, check. Zola, good. Cripple Zola. Ah, is Zola. I very love much Shakespeare. I read everything in the newspaper. Johann, kommen Sie jetzt. I bring you yum yum. Something to bite, to smoke. And to drink. Read it.
Durchmeister, bitter for the battlefield and the wrath. God, punish England.
Pardon me, lady, if I could just say a quick prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, may you bless these gifts which we receive due to thy goodness. May you also bless our Emperor, watching over us lovingly from Vienna. Amen.
Look, the Zola is enjoying the food. I'm sure the Zola think cured will be soon, and fit for the fun.
Indeed, my lady, we won't keep him not one moment longer.
Long live the Emperor, and may God bless you all.
Mama had eaten her hands off!
Take your hands off!
You weigh 15 stone anyway! Attention! Attention! Attention!
So, you don't appreciate my kindness? I pump your stomachs. I give you enemas. And you want to kill yourself with crowd! But both our stomachs now! You. How do you know the Baroness?
Ah, she's my stepmother. She abandoned me when I was a small child, but now she's found me again.
Give him an extra enema. And do solidarity with him! As for the rest of you, put yourselves together! You don't appreciate my treatment? Then perhaps some sort of voodoo spiritual treatment will make you want to go back with the Empire! For because the cats will be giving the sermon tomorrow, and I want no shenanigans from you like last time. Is that understood?
Don't spare me. Think the foundations of the Austrian Empire lie in enemies, and victory will be ours.
And so it was that our dear friend, the good soldier Švejk, was arrested and sent to the infirmary. His time in the malingerous ward was, he thought, quite fruitful, as he definitely did learn a few things about how to get out of service. However, nothing could prepare him for what was to come out of the sermon tomorrow. And so, Švejk decided to take a short, 20 or so minute break to clear his head of the insanity. I suggest you do the same as well.
Jako strom můžeš kmést 1000krát, řekou být jako to 100 nápisní na 1000 let neznastá.
I knew this wouldn't work. You all deserve to be shot! I insist on it from this holy place, you good friend nothing lot, because you don't want to better yourselves, and instead wish to walk down the thorny path of sin. I insist on no sorting here. We're not horses, and this is not as stable. You never pay heed to anything, Sergeant. Remember that you are soldiers and not bloody civilians, and that you must see through the dark cloud into the distant space, and remember that all here is short-lived. Where did I stop? God is merciful! But only to decent people, not you gang of lazy layabouts who do not follow God's laws or army regulations! You don't even know how to pray. You think that this is some sort of cabaret or theater. Did you hear me down in
in pajamas?
Make a report, sir. We hear you.
You will remember me one day and you will know that I meant well. This man should serve you as an example. What is he doing? He's crying. Don't cry. I'm ordering you to stop. You want to better yourself, eh? It's not as easy as becoming an army chaplain, my lad. You might be crying now, but once you're back in your quarters, you'll be just as big as loud as before. I'm finished, you loafers. And I demand you behave properly during the mass, and not like last time when some of you at the back were swapping army linens for loaves of bread. At ease, except for you. You stay here. This is the first time that anyone has ever shed a tear in my church. Admit it, you ruffian. You only cried for fun.
Thanks, report, sir. It really was just for fun. I noticed that your sermon didn't have one battered sinner, so I wanted to make you happy.
I'm beginning to like you. What are you here for?
Thanks, report, sir. I don't know. I mean well, but things always end up going badly for me.
I'll ask the auditor about you. I'm in need of a new ballet. Dismissed. There's no Švejk in here. What the hell are even in these piles? We're supposed to have the most sophisticated army in the world, and we can't even keep track of a few papers.
I don't know. He's supposed to be here somewhere. Let me call the captain and see if he doesn't know. Hello? This is First Auditor Lieutenant Burness speaking. Yes, Captain. I was wondering whether you might have the files for a man named Švejk. What? I'm supposed to have them? Well, I don't think that's very appropriate for... No, I didn't sleep with your wife. That was young.
Or maybe you should keep better track of your wife.
Yes, well, I'm very sorry she's left you. Yes, oh yes, she was a terrible woman. Now, can we please get back to the topic at hand? I hardly say I'm wasting army resources. Right, yes, I apologize. Profusely. I apologize profusely. I already apologized. What more do you want me to say? No, please don't speak to the division leader. No, 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 Captain. Hello? So I've been wondering, what's the deal with this Švejk fellow anyways?
Seek, and you shall find, for the Lord's mercy is endless. Deuteronomy 23:2, or something. I'm in need of a new ballet. So, about cards, do you still play?
No, I've been out of luck lately. Ah, here's his file. I'm right on top too. I'm afraid it's a no-go, Holy Father.
What did he do?
I don't know, but it says here he's been executed.
Bullshit, I've just spoken with him.
What's he even here for anyways?
He has no idea.
That's what they all say.
Oh, seems like someone's mixed up the files.
Well, now it just says he's due to be court-martialed.
What now?
What now? Just shove someone else with Švejk's paper and court-martial them instead. Surely that must be easy for you. Don't auditors specialize in purposely convicting the wrong people anyway?
We don't, actually. We do it by accident. Anyways, we'll meet you.
What a pity. I'll be throwing a party tomorrow. There's going to be cards and liquor.
You'll come, won't you?
You know, just because it's you, Holy Father, you can have it.
And thus, Švejk was on his way to serve as the personal valet to the house of the army chaplain, who, quite honestly, could have done with a bit more supervision. He was accompanied by 2 soldiers of the army, but both of them most definitely did not want to be either with Švejk or in the army. May I introduce Ladislav and his good friend, Branislav. They were entrusted in carrying Švejk's transfer documents, but both of them were more keen in having a good time in Prague. And so it was, later that day, as the light faded, Švejk led them both to the ever so slightly disreputable establishment of the Weak Will Tavern.
Švejk, why did they dress you up like that?
Švejk, do you remember that night in the alley? I stand with you. Švejk, is anyone else feeling a little hot here?
So, tell me again, why are we taking you to the chaplain?
I'm due to be executed, and I'd like to confess my deepest, dark secrets to the chaplain before then.
Oh, Christ. Well, nothing to fear. You're in good hands with the chaplain. Maybe he'll even offer you something special, ceremonial wine. That truly is something to die for.
Sorry, gentlemen. Oh, it's Mr. Švejk. Congratulations.
Cheers. We won't drink to your good health, though.
Why would they, you know?
Perhaps the stars will aligned unfavorably when he was born.
Well, they won't hand somebody for nothing. There has to be a reason. So they can, justify it.
Oh no, it's not like that in wartime. You either go to the front and get killed or get executed back at home. What difference does it make?
Aren't you in for chatting about politics?
Who isn't?
Let's stop at that.
If you were smart chaps, you'd buy us a drink.
Say it. Why not?
It was at this point in the evening that Branislav felt immediately at ease in his surroundings, and about 5 drinks later was just heroically sloshed.
Waitress! This vermouth tastes like water. Fetches a bottle of the devil.
You know, I have an amazing cottage in Ornabusi with amazing apples in the garden. When I get my leave, I'll bring you half a ton.
What have you got in that purse?
That's a state secret.
Ladislav, however, took a few more drinks to really get properly going.
Why don't you go outside with me? I'll give you a nice injection of kerosene under the skin for 10 grams. And you'll be in hospital for 3 months, maybe 6 if you're lucky.
Oh, don't worry, it won't hurt a bit. And it'll be nice and safe for a long time. He's a professional. Professional.
Come on, it's time to go.
Just one more thing.
Please, sirs, we must go now. I'll go alone if I have to.
Alright.
At the same time, another party was occurring on the other side of Prague. surprisingly many Jewish Catholic priests.
In behavior.
Infamous for using the church's donations to pay off his gambling debts. When he was throwing his gatherings and paying for the booze, high command really couldn't care less. The next morning, after all the wine had been drunk and the revel makers had left, Švejk entered the apartment and was extremely puzzled at how cats managed to get into quite that position.
Wake up, sir.
Santa! I'm sure happy Christmas already.
Petra, what father? As in the night you...
Now, I can't remember how I got from the bed to the sofa.
You never made it to bed, sir. After I arrived, you and a couple others went down to the pub. You didn't return till about 4 in the morning, at which point you could only make it to the sofa.
Listen, you.
Švejk.
Ah, yes, Švejk. Tell me, Švejk. Did I misbehave at all last night? Did I get a little drunk?
Petra, poor father. Everything went very smoothly and kept in line with the values of the church. Only, when I was letting the women out, a Turk came out the flat opposite. He was wearing a fez on his head and he was trying to disturb the peace of the night, the scoundrel!
And how did that go down?
Gave him a punch in the jaw.
That was the landlord!
Well, at least he knows now that owning a house is no fun. It never happened to us. We don't own a house.
Indeed, Švejk. All we own is... all we own, Švejk, is... 39 kreuzers. Now, if I was a quartermaster, I could steal a barrel of rum or bacon and then sell it. But I'm not. How about selling that sofa instead?
Oh, this? You wouldn't get much for it.
I think. Let's keep it then. belongs to the landlord anyway. I know what will be, Švejk. I'll give you 3 addresses to call on to borrow money from. First, go to Captain Schnabel and ask him to lend me 100 crowns. He should have won them at a card game a few days ago anyway. If you're not successful with him, go to Lieutenant Mahler. And if you don't succeed with him, go to Captain Pfizer and tell him I've got to buy horse meat and I've blown my many old moves. If you're not successful with any of them, we're going to have to pawn the piano. Understand all that?
Bench report, sir. I understand everything very clearly.
Good, off you go then.
Švejk discharged his mission brilliantly. His sincerity and honest face won him complete confidence. And so it was that later that day, he returned to the apartment with 300 crowns in his pocket. He made the preparations for the return of the chaplain, who had just briefly gone out to the coffee house. Unfortunately, there was soon to be a small disturbance in the peaceful city of Prague.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a chaplain Otto Katz.
The chaplain isn't at home, sir.
Isn't at home, you say?
Yes, I already told you this, Easington. That's what saying that someone isn't at home means.
He went to a coffee house.
You'll have to wait for it, sir.
I have to wait. Do I? Very well. I shall wait. I'll wait for that pissant drunk till the morning if I have to. He has the money to go to a coffee house, but not enough money to pay his debts off with. Calls himself a priest, the slimy rat!
I ask you not to spit in here, sir.
I'll spit once more if I feel like it. Like this! See that? You should be ashamed. An army chaplain, what a disgrace.
If you had any education, then you'd know how to conduct yourself properly, and not act like a vagabond. Or do you think that when there's a war and you can do as you please?
You dare tell me that I'm not an honest gentleman? Then what am I? Tell me.
A dirty pig! Spitting on the floor like this is a train or a public place. I wandered around, seeing signs everywhere, telling people not to spit on the floor and wondered why. Now I know. It must be because of you. You must be a notorious spitter.
Oh, you little shit! How dare you provoke me? I'm not a citizen!
Are you alright?
Report, sir. I did everything you asked for.
Who was it who lent us money?
Bench report, sir. All of them. The only man I had trouble with was Captain Schnabel. That man's a genuine bastard. Once I told him about the paternal alimony.
Alimony?
Yes, alimony, compensation for the women. You did say I could tell him anything as long as we got the money.
And what did Captain Schnabel say?
Well, I wondered what sort of a girl would end up with you. And then he asked for her address.
Shit!
Oh, no, don't worry, sir. I gave him the address of the old deaf lady down the street.
Oh, very good, Švejk.
I've already told you that the chaplain isn't at home.
Don't lie to me. He's just returned!
He's returned all right, but he isn't at home for
Well,
anybody.
that's no concern of mine.
He's preparing for tomorrow's supper.
Leave me alone! Sir, I have to protest. I'm not used to that sort of treatment.
My valet is obviously not behaving very well. Please sit.
Thank you. I insist that you listen to what I have to say.
I hope I'm right in assuming that you're here to get the money for the check you gave me.
Indeed, chaplain, and I hope that...
What are you doing?
Bench report, father, that I've already had difficulties with this gentleman.
Švejk, leave us alone. We have a private matter to discuss.
Bench report, father, that I'm leaving you alone.
As I was saying, I hope that I won't be leaving without the money.
A man is often brought into a situation where hope is the only thing left. How beautiful is that little word, hope, from that 3-leaf clover which exalts man out of the chaos of life. Faith, hope, charity.
Chaplain, I hope that the sun
1,200 crowns when I haven't even got 100 in my pocket?
So you?
Yes, so I.
You! Tosser, this is fraud!
Sir, calm yourself.
It's fraud! You have disgracefully abused my confidence!
A change of air will certainly do you some good. It is far too sultry in here. Švejk, this man wants to go out for some fresh air!
Extra box, I've already thrown this man out once.
Repeat the operation!
Good thing we got rid of him, sir, before he caused a scandal.
You see, Švejk, that's what happens to someone who doesn't honor priests. As St. John Chrysostom once said, whoever honors a priest, honors Christ. Whoever humiliates a priest, humiliates Christ the Lord, whose representative the priest is. Now please prepare supper, and then we will devote ourselves to meditation. For, as it is said in the evening prayer, by God's mercy, the snares of the enemy have been turned aside from this dwelling.
There are people in this world who are very obstinate, and to their number belongs the man who had been twice thrown out of the chaplain's apartment. Just as supper was being made ready, someone rang the bell.
May God bless this food, and may God bless Lemonade Joe at the Derby. Please God, I don't ask for much, but I've got a lot of money on this horse. Amen.
Ah, it's him again, sir. I'll leave him outside so we can enjoy our dinner in peace.
No, Švejk, that isn't right. A guest in this house is God in this house. In olden days at banquets, they used to entertain themselves with monsters. Let him in so he can entertain us. Please sit. We were just having supper. We've had some salami and salmon, and now we're going to have fried eggs and bacon.
Chaplain, I sincerely hope that I am not here just for your amusement. It's the third time I've come today, and I hope that I demand that everything be explained now!
Petra Port, sir, this man's a real leech. He's like that fellow that got kicked out the pub 18 times, and each time he kept coming back saying he'd forgotten his pipe. He's so good at persistently lying, he'd make a good minister.
Shut up! I demand that this matter be cleared up immediately, and I demand a hearing!
And that is grand taste for you. Speak for however long you wish, and we shall meanwhile continue our feast. Švejk, prepare the eggs in hand.
If it weren't for the war, chaplain, I wouldn't urge you, but I have had several rather unsavory experiences recently. Take First Lieutenant Jan, for example. He owed me 700 crowns and fell into the Drina River. Lieutenant Prussick, 2,000 crowns, and had the cheek to be captured by the Russian army. Captain Wichko, Lieutenant Mashek, both imprisoned in Serbia with an outstanding bill worth 1,500 crowns each. Surely you must understand my concern.
But, sir, I am not.
I know what you're going to say, that the chaplain is in no immediate danger. But listen, Army Chaplain Matisse, he died a week ago in Brno, seeing some cholera, some man in a cholera house who's no concern of it anyway.
But that is his duty. Going as well tomorrow.
And likewise to a cholera house.
Chaplain, tell me, is this war only on to do away with my debtors?
Švejk, I'm getting bored. Tell this man very gently, the army chaplain isn't going to give you anything.
I'm not going anywhere until this boss has given me his money.
In that case, Švejk, dispose of him in any way you wish.
I'm not going anywhere. You've deceived me.
Stop yelling, delinquent. I've got to study.
Oh, I know. You're studying how to deprive innocent people of the money. You scoundrel. You've ruined me.
Thrice thrown out by Švejk, the dead collector realised that going in there for a fourth time could result in serious trauma. So didn't go in there to make his case. He instead went searching for the next death roller's list, while Katz went searching for a way to spend all of his borrowed money. Lemonade Joe unfortunately came last at the Derby, and the poor horse had been put out of this misery. It was, however, at cards that the chaplain's money finally ran out.
Well, what do you know? You're shithead again. I'll be off then. Tonight really was my lucky night, and I don't see how sticking around is going to do me any good.
Stay. I'll raise the stakes.
With what? You're broke, your apartments are done, and there's no one left in all of Prague to borrow money from.
captain valet of one Lieutenant Lukács, a typical officer of the ramshackle Austrian monarchy. Lukács spoke German in society, wrote German, read Czech books, and when he was teaching the one-year volunteers, all of whom were Czechs, he said to them, in confidence, mind you, I'm a Czech, but no one needs to know about it. Let's be Czechs together. He equated being Czech with membership of some sort of secret organization. Very peculiar.
Picture report, sir, that I'm here. Turn around. A bit more, sir. Halt! You finally almost look like a soldier. Did they give you a coat? Next report, sir, they did. Service with me is rough. Do you know what an officer's orderly is?
A boot, a valet, and a pipe cleaner.
If I say, jump into the fire, then into the fire you shall jump, whether you like it or not. What are you looking at?
Next report, sir, the canary.
Are you fond of animals?
I am, sir. Especially fond of dogs. If you like,
I am fond of dogs as companions. I had a pincher once.
Pinchers one used to have the best, sir. Only some people don't like them. The whiskers are so rough they look like released prisoners. They're so ugly, they're cute.
Well, when you get a chance, fetch me a dog. My saber. An integral part of a soldier's behavior is discipline. Ergo with me, there's got to be absolute obedience, cleanliness, and honesty. I love honesty, and I hate liars and punish them mercilessly. Is that understood?
Correct report, sir. Everything is understood. It's nothing worse than a liar.
Indeed.
And as far as honesty is concerned, sir, it's a fine trait. It's the best policy that can take you far in life. Take, for instance, a walking race. As soon as you start playing tricks and run, you're disqualified. Similar thing once happened to a cousin of mine. An honest man is satisfied with himself and respected by everyone. And he can go to sleep at night and say to himself, I've been an honest man today. Sleep like a newborn egg.
The chaplain recommended you as a complete idiot. It seems he wasn't mistaken.
Next report. Sir, I was discharged from the army in Academy to sea. Only two of us were, me and Captain Bob Kaunitz.
Well, what was it I wanted to say again, Švejk? Ah, yes! Here comes the main thing. Ladies occasionally call on me. Some might even stay the night. Now, kids, you shall serve breakfast in bed, but beware, do not enter until I ring. Do you hear me?
Next report, sir, I hear you.
Good. Well, I'm on duty today, so I shan't be home until late. Clean up around here. My last orderly was sent to the front on account of his skullduggery, and to let anyone into the apartment.
Švejk was unaware that Lukács carried on a voluminous correspondence. He had an album of his lady loves, several dozen of them, and many tried during their stay to adorn his flat with various memorabilia. One of these is about to enter our story, a young lady called Cassie, the wife of a hops merchant, who had just arrived in Prague and was seeking the company of a Lukács.
Are you the first lieutenant's orderly?
I am.
Why didn't you ring the bell? Why didn't you answer the bell? Why did you leave me standing outside?
I didn't.
Hear the bell, I know. Oh well, take the luggage into the bedroom.
Can't do that without the first lieutenant's permission.
You can do as you're told. Take the luggage to the bedroom.
I already told you no. Until the army tells me so, I don't even know my own brother.
So you weren't taken in there?
No. Look, I need to lock the flat now, and I can't leave you inside. So if you'd be so kind.
You must be mistaken. I am here to see the first lieutenant.
Like that means anything.
I'm telling you for the last time to take the luggage into the bedroom.
I've been entrusted with this whole flat. I'm responsible for every trifle. I'm truly sorry, but there must be order in the army.
Take this to the first lieutenant. Enclosed at 5 crowns. And I'm here.
Keep your 5 crowns. I'm off to the barracks. barracks for advice. You either wait outside or come with me. I'm locking the flat now.
What's the matter?
Victor Putzer, bring you a letter.
Dear Heinrich, I cannot bear living with my husband any longer. I've come for a few days to see you. Love, Kathy. P.S. Your orderly's a beast. What have you done to her?
Victor Putzer, I did nothing. She was trying to move in, luggage and all.
What?
Don't worry, sir. I ceased the operation. Similar thing once happened to a fellow I knew. He let a lady in and then she wouldn't leave. In the end, he had to poison himself and her with coal gas.
Where is she now?
She's waiting outside.
A difficult case. I'm expecting another woman in a few days or so, and this throws a spanner in the works. I haven't budgeted for twice as many restaurant dinners. Take this to the lady. Your orders are to behave to her kindly and tactfully, and to fulfill all her wishes as if they were commands. Here's 100 crowns to fulfill those wishes. Understood? Dismissed.
While masses of armies stood pinned to the forests under a rain of shells, and while artillery of heavy caliber tore to pieces whole companies in the Carpathians, and while the horizons and all the battlefields blazed with the burning villages and towns, Švejk and Lukáš went through an unpleasant experience with a lady who'd come in and made herself mistress of the house. In short, she was a nuisance. Instead of spending most of his time playing cards, Lukáš now spent it wondering why all the tables and chairs had been moved for the 6th time in 2 days, and wondering all his good liquor had gone. Fortunately, Lamb getting rid of her was being hatched.
Victor Putzer, I've been waiting here.
I've asked to meet you here, Švejk, because we have to discuss something in private. Where is she? What's going on at home?
She's just broken a large bottle of cologne. The whole place smells like a barber shop.
What do we do?
I warned you, sir. Fellow I once
We
knew.
must get rid of that woman!
It's high time too, or else we're dead on our feet.
But how?
We'll get a husband to pick on. We'll wire an anonymous letter to him. He's a good friend. And word it like this. Your wife is currently at this address. After all, good husbands are smart chaps, even if you get a few slaps in the face.
Let's go to the post office.
So, with this wire sent from this enormous friend, less than a day later, a short, shouty-looking man who smelled vaguely of hops barged in, threatening to sue whoever was hosting his wife.
Where is he? Where is he? Here she is! Kathy!
My husband. First Lieutenant Lukáš.
Some anonymous friend sent me your address by what?
Ah, please sit down. You must be tired.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad I was able to welcome you. I went to the front, you see, and thus was able to offer my apartment for your lovely wife. Out of old friendship, of course.
Yes, Kathy is rather odd. She suddenly made up her mind and left. When I returned home from my trip, I found the house empty. And what about you, sir? Are you headed off to the front soon?
As soon as I'm done training the one-year recruits. The army needs more officers, and it's a shame that everyone wishes to remain a simple rifleman. It seems people lack interest in the war.
Now they were quite mistaken. I'm very interested in what's happening at the front. The hops business, you see, has been badly hit by the war. I hope it won't take much longer.
Well, our position is very good. The eastern Breskins and the Carpathians are our firm bases. One more onslaught, we shan't stop until we reach Moscow.
Yes, I do hope that this next onslaught will do the trick. My position is going from bad to worse already. 3 breweries in Belgium where I used to deliver hundreds of pop sacks every year have burned down. And another one in Belgium, reduced to ashes. If it's like this for much longer, I'll be ruined! Kathy! What's taking you so long? Oh, I'm so upset by all of this. Business losses and now troubles at home as well. This isn't even the first time she's done this. Last year, she ran off with a supply teacher all the way to Zagreb. However, I did manage to sell 600 hop sacks to a local brewery on that occasion.
And what about my luggage?
Oh, don't worry about that, my dear. There's a car waiting downstairs.
What's that?
My dad.
Why didn't you stand up for me? Instead of drag me away like a furniture?
Well, let's be off then.
As you wish.
Thank you, good sir. And if ever you should find yourself injured, I suggest you come over to us for a holiday.
Picture post, I'm bringing you a pedigree. Ooh. He needs to get used to us.
What's his name?
Max, I'll get the pedigree certificate tomorrow.
Well, for the time being, I'm up to a table leg or something.
Don't look so cross, you fool. If you think about it, every soldier's been stolen from their home too.
The dog was indeed really stolen. Švejk had distracted its owner, a walker rather, by pretending to be her long-lost cousin from the village over, while a friend of his from the pub had lured the dog over with a bit of liver. Švejk decided to rename the dog to Max, as the dog's previous name had been Fox, and Švejk thought that the dog would obey a similar sounding name. However, Švejk really should have paid attention to the name of the owner. Oh, the court.
Now, we see a window here, gentlemen. Do you know what a window is? Now, a road, gentlemen, is a track with a ditch on either side of it. Do you know what a ditch is, gentlemen? A ditch is an excavation upon which 7 people work. It is hollow, they work with pigs. Do you know what a pig is, gentlemen? Now, a book, gentlemen, is a series of pieces of paper, bound and gummed. Do you know what gum is, gentlemen? Gum is an adhesive material.
Can Private Klaus von Zilligot was a complete idiot. He could only speak in explanations, asking if everyone knew the most basic things. The other officers in the army avoided him from afar, so that they wouldn't have to hear that the pavement was a raised strip which divided the street from the carriageway, and that it ran along the facades of the house, and the facade was that bit which looked onto the street. A fact he proved by stepping onto the carriageway and getting immediately crumbled. Unfortunately, this only exacerbated the problem.
Halt! First Lieutenant, lower rank officers must always salute their superiors. This protocol has not yet been overruled. Secondly, since present officers vote for stolen dogs, eh?
I assure you that this dog...
Belongs to me! Did you not see the advertisement posted in the paper saying that Colonel Friedrich Klaus von Zilligot has lost his benefit pension?
I assure you, sir, I did not.
I thought! There's been an advertisement posted in the paper by your superior officer. At the time when we are losing hundreds of brave men, as about every single day, and you do not read advertisements. You call this discipline? This way, I could advertise for 100, 200, 300 years, and you still wouldn't notice.
Sir, I can assure you
That it
that...
won't happen again. I'll make sure of that. I'll send you to Budejosa, where the march battalions are forming, preparing for the march to the front. And in the meantime, you can take your board, First Lieutenant.
responded to the manifesto to the people, then it's a fraud. They'll have to have had it printed without his permission, because he isn't capable of thinking about anything at all.
He's certainly finished. He wets himself and they have to clean him up like his little baby.
I wish it was all over, and they knocked us out, so the Czechs could finally have some peace.
An empire as idiotic as this one ought not to exist at all.
When I get to the front, I'll pull around it fairly quickly.
Švejk! You! Out! You stole the dog!
I didn't steal it.
But you knew it was stolen!
That's on you.
You know I have it in my right mind, have you court-martialed?
They'd acquit you anyway because they've never seen anything so stupid in their entire lives. Why did you bring me the beast? To make you happy. Jesus Christ! Why did God punish me with you?
Do you know what a March battalion is?
March Battalion, also known as March Batty, a collection of men in His Imperial Majesty's army that serves an offensive force against the enemy.
Well, we'll be off to the front in that March batty of yours. Are you happy?
Don't report, sir, that I'm awfully happy. It'll be marvellous when we both drop dead together for His Imperial Majesty and the royal family.
And that is where we leave our friend, the good soldier Švejk, about to do what he'd always dreamed of and serve for his proper fatherland, Austria. Švejk, however, might have been the only person who wanted to do this. Because no sane individual wanted to serve a nation that despised all those it ruled.
Attention!
Švejk, however, is an idiot. Or rather, perceived to be an idiot by all those around him. Really, he might just be the only sane person in the whole of Europe. Good luck, our good soldier. I'll be waiting in the streets of Prague. Pity.
so good. I could never imagine a better cast to bring this story to life. It's a story I thought was worth telling. And I think it's what everyone's done. I'm just, it's so great. Thank you, stage manager, once again. Up there so many times. I'm a stage manager by training, and they never get enough credit. So I'd like to ask all of them to come downstairs. Anyway, but thank you so much for coming, supporting the student-run, student-led initiative. Thank you so much to the drama department for helping us out with this, and for really providing the kick to get us going, on allowing us to do this, and for taking a risk on us. And thank you for taking a risk on us. So once again, thank you very much. There'll be a collection for fantasy cats and dogs. Yeah, I know. Fantasy cats and dogs outside, if I get a bucket this time. And I just want to say thank you very much for coming, and enjoy the rest of your week and the weekend when it comes. Thank you very much.